Have you ever paused to watch a leaf trembling in the wind and wondered, is this softness a sign of weakness? In a world that constantly pushes competition and pressure upon us, we often believe that strength means being rigid, unyielding, and relentless. We think that to survive, to succeed, we must show power openly, through bold actions, sharp words, or by being harsh with ourselves and others. But there's a truth few people realize. True strength does not always lie in rigidity. It often exists where we least expect it, in softness, in flexibility, in the ability to accept and understand. Those who maintain softness in their hearts, in the way they face the world, are not weak. On the contrary, they possess a profound strength few can perceive. Imagine a river. Its water flows gently, embracing every obstacle in its path without force. And yet, over time, that very water carves deep into solid rock, creating valleys, streams, and landscapes that inspire awe. The river's power does not come from violence, from force, but from patience, softness, and adaptability. Likewise, in life, those who keep their hearts gentle, who listen, understand, and forgive, are the ones with true strength. They don't need to shout or prove themselves to the world. Their presence, the way they live, and the way they treat others demonstrate a power that cannot be measured by physical force or authority. You may have encountered such people, those who speak little, who do not fight, who do not boast, but who command respect and reflection from those around them. They are like mountains hidden in the mist, unassuming, yet anyone standing before them senses their stature, their solidity. And within that softness they find freedom from anger, from fear, and sometimes even from the constraints society places upon us. The strength behind softness is not an abstract idea. It is visible in the smallest actions. The way you listen when someone needs to share. The way you face challenges patiently without yelling or resisting. The way you uphold your values without needing to prove them to others. It is this gentle yet deliberate approach that creates a type of strength rigidity can never match. In modern life, we are constantly urged to be strong in the conventional sense, to win, to stand out, to prove ourselves. But if you look closely, those who truly make a difference are often the ones who are patient, restrained, and wise in choosing when to fight and when to step back. They are like bamboo in a storm, bending with the wind, but never breaking. It is their softness that allows them to survive, and simultaneously makes them invincible in their own unique way. Now, imagine if you could cultivate softness in your soul without losing your resolve. Could you become the strongest version of yourself? By embracing the world with understanding while holding firm to your principles, you begin to see that true strength does not always come from force or aggression. It comes from knowing yourself, understanding others, and practicing patience with what cannot be changed. In the following sections, we will explore how this softness transforms into power in every aspect of life, in relationships, in work, in facing adversity, and even in how you view yourself. You will discover that to be strong, you don't need to be hard as stone. You may only need to be as soft as water. If the previous section discussed the hidden strength in softness, this part will show that softness is the key to building and sustaining deep, lasting relationships, one of the most important factors shaping the quality of our lives. Let's start with the basics. Listening. In modern society, most of us want to speak, to express ourselves, to prove we are right. But to be truly strong, you need to learn how to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. When you give others the chance to express themselves, when you understand their pain, joy, and fears, you are creating a type of power that money or authority cannot buy. A good listener is not weak. On the contrary, they possess the strength to restrain themselves from interrupting, judging, or imposing opinions. They allow others to exist in their own way, and this respect creates an invisible yet powerful influence that those who encounter it cannot deny. Softness also shows in the words you choose. A gentle, timely word can completely change someone's mood, even guide an important decision. Harsh, angry words, though forceful, only create distance and harm. Those who use softness in speech avoid unnecessary conflict and build connection and trust. But the power in relationships is not only about listening or speaking well, it also lies in forgiveness. Forgiving is not about accepting hurt or forgetting wrongdoing. It's about freeing yourself from negative burdens. Those who forgive are strong because they are not trapped by anger or resentment. They use softness to resolve conflict, transform pain into lessons, and create lasting strength in their relationships. Consider family relationships. A parent who stays calm when a child makes a mistake, a friend who shows patience during a loved one's crisis. They are demonstrating the power of softness. They do not impose, they do not raise their voice, yet they leave a deep impact, inspiring others to listen, learn, and change from within. This is the kind of strength that yelling, commanding, or rigidity can never achieve. In work, softness plays an equally important role. A leader who understands employees, inspires rather than pressures, builds a loyal, creative, and strong team. A colleague who shares, helps without dominating or imposing, fosters collaboration. In small actions, softness generates respect and credibility, creating influence that force never can, into an invisible yet very tangible power, one that achieves lasting results far beyond any hard-line strategy. Softness also shows in how you respond to criticism. When attacked, most of us instinctively become defensive, angry, or retaliate. But the truly strong know how to receive criticism without letting emotions take control. They see critique as an opportunity to learn and improve themselves. They do not allow others' words to disturb their inner peace. And it is precisely this ability that makes them stronger and more trustworthy in the eyes of those around them. A clear example can be seen in romantic relationships. In a loving partnership, true strength is not about who has control or dominates the relationship, but about who can keep their heart soft, empathetic, and understanding. Long-lasting, happy couples are not perfect, but they know how to remain calm, avoid pointless arguments, and turn challenges into opportunities for connection. The power of softness helps them weather storms, rather than letting those storms tear their relationship apart. It is important to understand that this strength does not arise naturally without practice. It requires awareness, patience, and daily effort. You must learn to restrain instinctive reactions, choose your words carefully, listen without judgment, and forgive without losing the lesson. The more you practice, the more you realize that these gentle actions form the solid foundation of true strength. The world may see you as weak if you choose softness, but those who are truly discerning and understand human value will recognize a strength in you they cannot reach. It is the strength of silence, the strength of patience, the strength that creates profound influence without shouting. In the next section, we will explore how softness transforms into strength when facing adversity, when experiencing failure, and when confronted with life's harshest challenges. You will see that in any situation, softness is not only a way to survive, but a way to rise stronger, more resilient, and freer. If Part 2 focused on the power of softness in communication and relationships, now we will explore another aspect: how that power reveals itself when facing adversity, when life does not go your way, when challenges knock, and when everything seems to be against you. Life, according to Stoic philosophy, is always filled with obstacles. Softness in this context does not mean weakness or surrender. On the contrary, it is how you maintain calm, clarity, and flexibility in the face of difficulty. The soft person does not blindly resist circumstances, but learns to adapt, seize opportunities, and turn obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Imagine a bamboo tree. When a storm comes, it does not stand rigid and break. It bends with the wind. Softness allows the bamboo to survive and grow taller after each storm. Humans are the same. When we learn to be soft in adversity, keeping our mind and emotions from being swept away by the storm, we gain the true power to overcome any challenge. One way this strength manifests is through emotional control. When facing failure or loss, our natural reactions are fear, anger, or despair. But those who maintain softness within observe these emotions, recognize them without being ruled by them, and then act deliberately. This is not indifference. It is the ability to stabilize the mind, to see problems clearly, and find effective solutions. Challenges also cultivate patience. Softness is not about rushing to fix everything immediately. It is the ability to accept the process, to allow time for things to unfold. The strong in adversity know that only through patience can they learn from hardship, train themselves, and steadily move toward lasting success. Softness also shows through adaptability. Life rarely follows a set plan, and clinging rigidly to an original path often brings only suffering. Those who are soft adjust, refine their strategies, and adapt without losing their core values. This is a unique strength that rigid, forceful people often lack. Another crucial aspect is courage in facing failure. Softness does not mean avoidance. The soft person faces failure without allowing it to destroy self-belief. They learn from mistakes, transform failures into lessons, and use those lessons to forge new paths. This resilience creates real strength, not measured in muscle or authority, but in the ability to rise each time you fall. Optimistic realism is another key element in adversity. The soft person does not deny difficulty, but chooses to focus on what is controllable, on solutions rather than problems. It is a balance between realistic awareness and maintaining positive energy, a mental strength that allows them to navigate challenges without being consumed by despair or fear. Consider those who have overcome adversity in real life. People who have failed in business, lost loved ones, or faced serious health crises. If they embrace softness toward themselves, they do not over-criticize or deny their emotions. Instead, they acknowledge pain, learn from experience, and gradually rebuild their lives. This power is internal, the power to recover and move forward stronger with each setback. Another universal challenge is social pressure and judgment. When you choose your own path and live according to your values, you encounter opposition, even ridicule. The soft-hearted remain steadfast without anger. They do not let negativity shake their beliefs. Instead, they use calmness and understanding to resolve conflicts, even turning adversaries into allies. This is clear evidence that softness is strength in adversity. Finally, the strength of softness is also the ability to create positive influence in high-pressure environments. When you remain calm, patient, and understanding, you inspire others, colleagues, friends, or even strangers. A leader in adversity, or a friend amidst chaos, who embodies softness becomes an invaluable source of motivation, fostering unity and encouraging people to focus on solutions rather than panic. The next section will be Part 4, Transforming Softness into Lasting Strength and Enduring Happiness, where we will consolidate all the lessons learned and explore how to apply the power of softness in every aspect of life, from work, relationships, to personal growth. If Part 3 showed us the power of softness in adversity, now it's time to learn how to transform that softness into a lasting resource, a sustainable strength that not only helps you overcome challenges, but also nurtures happiness, peace, and fulfillment in life. The first thing to realize is that softness is not a privilege. It is a conscious choice. It requires continuous practice, practicing observing your emotions without being controlled by them, responding with clarity rather than haste, and maintaining a calm mind amid life's pressures. Those who train softness daily gradually develop a solid inner strength, a kind of mental armor that requires no harshness or aggression. One of the clearest applications of soft power is in relationships. When you are soft, you learn to listen more deeply, understand more fully, and respond with patience rather than anger. You will notice that softness builds trust, strengthens connection, and reduces unnecessary conflict. Happiness in relationships is not the absence of disagreements, but the ability to remain calm and understand each other even in the face of difficulty. Softness also plays a crucial role in work and career. Those who are gentle yet firm often solve problems more effectively. They know when to persevere, when to listen to others, and when to change direction. Softness in work is not unconditional yielding. It is the ability to balance goals, responsibilities, and interactions with colleagues. Such individuals earn trust and often become an inspiration in their professional environment. Another essential aspect is the power of softness toward oneself. Many people mistakenly believe that discipline and resilience come only from hardness. In reality, those who are gentle with themselves achieve true mental stability and long-term growth. They know when to rest, when to push forward, and most importantly, they do not overly punish themselves when they fail. This forms the foundation for lasting self-confidence and inner strength. To transform softness into sustainable strength, daily practice is key. 1. Meditation and observing emotions. Spend a few minutes each day observing your emotions without judgment. This trains calmness and mental control. 2. Practicing gratitude. Recognize positive aspects of life to strengthen softness in the soul, reducing stress and negativity. 3. Focus on what you can control. understand that you cannot control everything, but you can control your responses. This is the essence of soft power. 4. Learn from failure and adversity. Instead of avoiding difficulties, view them as lessons and opportunities for growth. 5. Practice patience and flexibility. Avoid rushing or forcing yourself or others. Learn to adapt and flow naturally with life. Softness also helps you find lasting happiness because it removes rigidity, negativity, and unnecessary pressure. A soft heart allows you to connect easily with yourself, others, and the world around you. Happiness no longer depends on circumstances or other people. It comes from inner strength and how you perceive life. A perfect example is those who have endured extreme hardships yet remained soft at heart. They not only overcome challenges, but also live fully and positively impact those around them. Their happiness is not superficial. It is a deep inner peace, a state attainable only by those who have learned the power of softness. Finally, remember, true strength is not harshness. It is the softness cultivated in every action, thought, and decision. It is a perfect combination of patience, flexibility, resilience, and understanding. When you possess this strength, you can overcome adversity, create positive influence, and live a full, meaningful life. And now, if you found value in these insights, don't forget to like this video to support the Stoic Crowned Silence channel. Subscribe so you never miss Stoic philosophy videos that can transform your life. And leave a comment to share your thoughts on the power of softness. Every interaction you make fuels our motivation to continue bringing meaningful content. Remember, softness is not weakness. It is silent strength, the kind strong enough to transform yourself and the world around you.